Having been born and raised here in Utah, where I grew up right in the center of Salt Lake, there is a LDS ward across the street from my house. It's funny, right in my backyard was the seminary for South High School, where I grew up. And so I took part in all the LDS activities. I went to primary, I went to Boy Scouts, I went to Cub Scouts, played basketball, softball, all these things. And my father was very open-minded. He told me from a young age that he wants me to come to the Buddhist temple on Sundays. He goes, but he says, you're not a Buddhist till you decide that you're a Buddhist, he says. And I want you to decide for yourself. So I went to the church and everything, and it just didn't fit. And so I began to study many different religions. And probably one of the last places I looked again was my own religion. And then as I was older, it made sense. I was more in college when these questions and things developed, and I was active at the University of Utah in student government, and I was planning to go to law school. And then a very good friend of mine at the time, his name was Pete Suazo. He was a senator here in Utah at one time. He passed away, but we were good friends at that time, and he said, you know, we should go into politics here in Utah. And he goes, it'd be great if you became ordained, because he knew I had that thought in myself. And so rather than go to law school, because everyone who's in student government at the University of Utah usually thinks, I'm going to go to law school. And I thought, I don't get along that great with these people right now. I don't want to go to law school for 3 more years with them. So I decided, well, maybe I'll study Buddhism for a while. So I went to get my master's in Buddhist studies. And then I met a number of people and teachers who told me to ask myself, what is important in my life, right? Where has my sense of self come from? And they says, are you really going to make a difference as a lawyer? At that time they said, there are so many third-generation Japanese Americans who are lawyers. And they're quite honest. They said, you'll become a lawyer with these great ideals, but then you'll probably sell out to go for the money. So how much effect will you have? And they said, if you became a priest, you don't have very many people who are willing to become priests. Maybe you could give back to the community that has made you who you are. So it was at that time that I got my master's, then went to Japan to study, and was ordained, and I ended up back here in Salt Lake, where I came from.